నెట్వర్క్స్. ప్రతి వారం వీకెండ్స్ లో మీ ముందుకి ఎవరో ఒక ఫేమస్ పర్సన్ ని మీ ముందుకు తీసుకొస్తుంది ఈ ఎంజీ నెట్వర్క్స్. అలాగే ప్రతి వారంలో భాగంగా ఈ వీక్ మనం ఎవరిని మీట్ అవబోతున్నామో తెలుసా? నో రైట్? మనం ఆయన వాయిస్ లోనే విందాం. హలో సార్.
Hello.
You can introduce yourself, sir.
Yes.
More than one.
Hi guys. Good evening to all. I'm Ashok Kumar here. I am based out of Hyderabad, but forgive me, I cannot speak that much of Telugu, so I'll speak in English. So I presently work for Dr. Reddy's Foundation and working for the last 5 years. And I have been in the development sector for 15 years. And my passion is to work with the social sector and to create change among the people in community. And especially for the last 15 years, I've been working with people with disability.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. And can you tell about your background, family background, like where you have studied and who are your parents, your siblings?
Yes,
how was their support for you?
Yeah. Thank you. My background is like I was born and brought up in Bangalore. So
Yes.
till my graduation, I studied in Bangalore. I did my BA from St. Joseph's College in Bangalore. And then when I was just planning my career, I thought at that point, this course on MSW, Masters in Social Work, was one which not many visually impaired had done. So
it is also a part of a group in graduation, sir.
It is post-graduation actually. So this was
Fine.
After my BA. So I had two options. One is either to, after my graduation, I had to take up civil service exams, which also I was interested. The other thing was to go for my post-graduation in MSW, because I didn't want to do MA or regular routine courses. So MSW was one which was just taking off at that time. So we thought, especially I thought that it would be a good opportunity to explore that course. So I pursued that course from Madras Christian College in Chennai, so which was one of the good colleges in the country at that time. And I completed that in the year 2005 in the specialization of community development. So especially community development, you have a lot of field work, you have to go to the field, go to rural areas and all that. So that was fun. Actually, I wanted to try that because one of my passion and hobby is traveling. I explore, I want to enjoy my going to new places. I'd love to go to new places, explore. So that is why I chose community development. I completed that in the year 2005, and ever since I have now worked for 15 years in 3 organizations. About my family, I lived with my parents till my graduation. And then afterwards, I slowly moved on to my higher education for hostels and other things. Then I slowly started working, and then I got married. Now I stay with my family, my wife and one of my daughter. And I have one daughter actually. And my mother is there who stays in Chennai. Yeah.
Wow, fine. Then how is your support, sir? Your family is supporting you in all aspects, like going and coming to colleges when we are schooling, while we are schooling, then
yes,
lot of things like for your post graduation.
Yes, I understand. So that is very important. That's a very good question that you have asked. So if
yes,
I can,
because a lot of families were not supporting to the children who are blind.
Yes, very true, very true. So the reason that I'm sitting in front of you and I'm working for a good company and working for what I want to be, have achieved what I wanted to, not achieved, but at least I got into the interested field which I wanted to get in. So all this is possible only because of the support that I got from the parents, especially my father. He put me into training in the initial stage to get me trained in Braille, orientation, mobility, and all that. And after I got trained, he was very particular that I had to study in a regular school. So he brought me out from that institute and he put me in a regular school. So I have not studied in any blind school as such, but I have studied in regular school. And it was my parents' motivation that they wanted to do something. They didn't want to differentiate between me and with others. So they made me study in regular school. So, and after that, that attitude came in me. There was no difference with me and the other children. So other children also accepted me. So till today, that is what has made me to accept the challenges and accept things as they are. Otherwise, if we I'm not criticizing any blind schools here, but if we go to any blind schools, we will have our own thoughts and we will have our own world, right?
Yes.
So we will not get that exposure. So what I'm
Yes.
trying to say is I got that exposure at a very early age, so that I could understand what is the world around me is doing and how I should cope up with the challenges which is there for me and all that. Yeah.
That means you are very lucky with your parents, no?
Absolutely. I'm very lucky. I'm very fortunate. I'm very thankful. I'm very grateful to them forever.
Yes, very few people will get this opportunity, sir.
Yes, of course. Of course.
Then apart from parents, what kind of challenges you have faced because of your blindness during your education?
Obviously, you will not, everyone has challenges, not only people
Yes,
with
yes.
vision
Means
impairment
according
or
to you,
people
what
with
was the big challenge
disabilities.
you have felt?
Yes, so that's what I'm saying is everyone in the world will have some sort of the other challenges. But as visually impaired, typically we will face the challenges what we will face in the childhood, especially when I was studying in regular schools. So sometimes people don't know how we how they should treat us, how
Yes.
they should how they should if something
How
is
to
written on
mingle
the
with
board.
us?
Yes,
Mainly, they don't have any
mainly how to
awareness of.
mingle with us is one.
Yes.
Oh, this guy he might feel bad. Oh, if I
Yes.
speak something he will feel bad. Or if something is written on the board, they don't know what to do with it, whether to dictate me or whether to
Yes.
read it for me. So all these challenges were there, but that understanding was created immediately by teachers. That was also, I was also very lucky to have very good teachers in the early primary school and all that. So they understood my needs, and they told us the fellow students to help me out in whatever way I needed help. So that also was there. And then mobility again was an issue where you,
Yes.
of course, your mobility, you have your orientation and mobility, but everywhere it is not possible for us to
Yes.
mingle and use the cane and go. So there students helped me, just by taking me along with them. So I even participated in all the events in the school, whether it is sports or whether it is music or whether it is other competitions. So that was again, if I thought that those things were challenging, then problems would have come. But I openly participated in everything. And as we moved on, of course, reading, writing was some challenge. Writing exams, so we had to find good scribes. And then I was the one who saw everything till my high school level. I used extensive braille for my studies, and then afterwards I moved on to audio cassettes and recordings. Then when I finished my education, it was computer which took the lead. So I've seen all the transition stage. So there were challenges, especially in MSW and all. You have a lot of field work. You have to go to the field independently. You have to
Yes.
do some
Yes.
projects. You have to do assignments. So all
True.
these were challenges, but every challenge I took it as an opportunity to use it to my strength. So I innovated, like every time there was something I used to record, notes I used to record. So all those things, we have to be innovative at times. We just not sit down and say that crib that it is a challenge and I cannot overcome it. Yeah.
Yes. In few situations, I come to know that in school age, like sixth, seventh standard child, they should not come to a blind person. Like they will think that that's a viral disease or something. They will be very far of them. That's a very bad situation for me.
No, that's because of awareness. No, people don't
Yes.
know. Because not many blind children or visually impaired children study in regular schools. If it is a regular school, if it is blind
Yes.
school, what happens? Okay, in blind school, all people with vision impairment are there. But if those blind kids they come out, if they are traveling in a bus, or if they are
Yes.
traveling, if they want to go to some shop, or if they want to
Hmm.
go to some movies or anything of that sort, So they will,
Yes.
they will feel that difference. The others will
Yes.
feel hesitant to talk to them, as if everything is not well with this person. He can
Yes.
hear well. He can, of course, if he speaks to, if any person
Yes.
speaks to them once, they can even recognize the next time this is the same
Yes.
person, but
That
that they
they
will
will
not
not.
know.
They
That they
cannot
will not
find.
know. So
Yes.
he can't see, so he cannot even do anything. That's the best, that's the worst assumption that they will have.
Yes. Then where you have done your masters in Chennai, no sir?
Yes.
Then I don't know, may I ask this or not, but I am asking. If you are interested, then you can reply me.
Yeah.
And that's the age where we will fall in attraction,
Okay.
lots of things. So you have any kind of that?
In college, actually not. Actually, in college, I was pretty much busy. Of course, I had fun. I had very good groups of friends whom we had, boys, girls. I have again never studied in any boys' school or boys' college, especially. So I have studied in co-ed education. So I got very good
Yes,
friends.
mainly
So
co-education means lots of crushes will be
yes,
there,
yes, yes,
following
crush.
will be there,
All that
interests.
will be there, but there is a limit for everything, right?
Yes,
So
there is
you
a limit
just
and it's a
you
part,
just can't
just a
you
part
just
for
can't
enjoyment.
see people, especially girls. You can tell me, you can be assured that I had more girlfriends than boys. So that's something which came naturally. I did not go behind girls. So they came
Yes,
and they came and spoke to me. They came and said a lot of things, and a lot of things happened, and it just comes naturally. You just enjoy your college life and move on. That's
yes,
it.
yes. That's a part of college life.
Yes.
And when we are entering to college, we have I mean, like we will hope something for it also,
Yes,
right? No, sir?
yes, yes, yes. Of course. So college life is one which everyone should experience. That's if there are any students or any persons who are not yet entered into college and listening to this show, that is something which will be my message. Please experience college life. This is only one time in life, and especially if people, now we are all visually impaired, and we should have that experience, because one is we will know how college is, how college life
Yes,
is, and what are the things that we can enjoy at that age. But we
yes,
should know, we should also know what is good and what is bad, right? So especially my MSW, if you just note this, my room was an independent room. In that college, everyone were given one independent room, right?
oh,
So I could do anything in that room. There will be no one, there would be no one to control me or ask me. There would be no one to restrict me to do whatever I wanted to, right?
yes,
So there you have that individual freedom, but it is for you to take what is good for you and what is not good
yes. That is that's the challenge where we
for
have
you, right?
to control our mind and our thoughts.
Yes, yes. But I had thoroughly enjoyed that life, doing
Yes,
all sorts of funny things, chatting, roaming around with friends, traveling around with friends, having a lot of good times with friends, right? All those things were there. Yeah.
most of our VI friends will do up to 12th class, and after that they will do graduation in distance, post graduation in distance only. But they should
That's
have to
because
feel this.
that's because they want two things. One is, they are more comfortable sitting at home and doing everything, because that
Yes.
is that is that
But they
is
should
something
have
which
to
is,
feel this. This is
yes,
like a small word
and
where all the
yes.
emotions was.
So if you see both the ways, you will get your degree. You will get your degree if you do it on open universities and distant education, and you can also get your degree in the college if you go through college. But that experience of going to the college and meeting your friends, making friends, meeting a lot of people, that
Yes.
experience you will definitely miss.
Yes.
So especially one my convocation, I cannot forget, because I topped my MSW course. So there was a felicitation which was done. So the whole college was there, and you go and get something from the the university chancellor, which you can never get when you do a open university or kind of distant
Yes.
education, right?
True. Fact, sir. Even the thinking capacity, the way of thinking, everything will change. Will different from. I mean, different, sir,
Of
from
course, of
the
course, of
person who
course.
is sitting in home and the person who is in
Yes,
outside, who has
yes.
seen the world.
Yes, there might be some issues for not that everyone does it purposely. They want to be at home.
Yes.
There might be some issues for some people who cannot go to
Yeah.
afford to go
Yeah.
to
That
college. So,
for them, yes.
but yeah, but we should try as much as possible to not miss that life. Yeah.
Yes. At least they can go to the colleges, local colleges where it is
Yes.
available.
Yes.
And and you have told from 15 years you are working in organizations. And is that the goal of yourself to do that, or
Um, to be very honest, my initial goal when I was doing my MSW was not this. In fact, I did not want to get into disability sector. I'll tell you why. Because if we
yes,
get into disability sector, that branding will come off. Okay, he's a person with vision impairment. That is why he's working with, disability kind of thing. So my
fact.
thought was, work in some other community development field. That is why for my internship, I was doing my course in Chennai, but for my internship, I went to Chhattisgarh, right? So
Chhattisgarh.
I wanted to work with the tribals there, the indigenous people there. I, in 1 month that I stayed, I worked with ActionAid Chhattisgarh there, and I in fact went to the extent of I was very, very curious to meet the Naxalites and all that. So it
Hmm.
was because of the experience that I wanted to have that experience. So entering a lot of hilly regions, terrains, forest, right? So you will not get that experience. So because my course was such, community development is a course where you have to be in the community. So that is why I took that course, and I did my internship there. But as everything goes, everything has a destiny.
Yes.
So I suppose my destiny was I was supposed to get into the disability sector only. So I started after my MSW. I applied for various organizations, and
Yes.
Leonard Cheshire Disability at that time they were doing some program in the tsunami affected area. 2004 was one where Tamil Nadu and Andhra had was hit by tsunami. So
Yes.
they were doing some rehabilitation programs, and when I was doing my MSW only, I had this experience of traveling to those tsunami affected areas, visiting villages, meeting people, rehabilitation programs, participating in those rehabilitation programs. All that I had done. So with that experience, my I was asked whether I can take up that role in Nagapattinam. So I readily accepted, and I that was my beginning. I started my career in one of the disasters, most tragic disasters in India.
Hmm.
So that itself was a challenge. I was
Yeah.
properly from
Starting at
Bangalore.
the basic only, you have got a challenge.
Yes, so I was asked to go to Nagapattinam and join immediately. So
Yeah.
which I readily agreed. I did not hesitate even for a moment. So
Yes.
I thought I will accept that and go and face the challenge, face the whatever comes. Let us face it. So I went there, and there was a lot of challenges in the beginning. We had to establish the organization there, establish the program there, which I did successfully. I worked there for 10 years. So when I started, there was nothing. Even they did not have the data of disabled people. But when I left the organization after 10 years, I expanded it to 4 districts. We worked with more than 10,000 people with disability, and
Yes.
almost all the programs were running in all the 4 districts. That is how I worked for 10 years. And
Hmm.
then I joined Samarthanam. So I headed the North Karnataka region for 2 years. Again, that was
Yes.
one of a huge program which was going on there. So I successfully completed that. On the verge of completing that program, I also got this opportunity then from Dr. Reddy's Foundation. So you can see I moved from first from Bangalore to Nagapattinam, then from Nagapattinam to the whole of Tamil Nadu I worked. Then from Tamil Nadu I moved to Karnataka, northern parts of Karnataka. and then I covered those whole region. Then from there I again moved to Hyderabad. Now it is this role is a national role for me. So I'm covering the entire all 29 centers of Dr. Reddy's Foundation. So I
You
keep
traveled
traveling
a
to all
lot.
the I travel to all the places. I have also been, I've also visited other countries also. So traveling is a natural hobby for me. So I don't mind traveling at all at any time. Even during this pandemic, everyone are struggling to come to office and all that. So I already started visiting the field. So
Wow. Dedication towards work, no, sir?
yes, one is dedication. I not call it only dedication, but if you have the interest to do something, the dedication and commitment will already come. We will definitely come.
Sir, from the challenges, what you have learned, sir, means every challenge will teach us something new.
Okay, yeah, that's a good question. So challenges, everyone has challenges. I've already told you, but what we have to identify or make out from challenges is the opportunity that we have from those opportunities. So if you take my example itself, right from the school level, if I thought that writing was important or any other things was important, I would not have studied in regular schools. And so again, coming to the college level, if community, going to the community and all that was difficult, I would not have taken MSW course. And again, the work that I'm doing, if I thought travel was difficult, I would not have taken it. So the places I went, I have traveled to all over India. So this means I have everywhere I would have had challenges, but wherever I had challenges or whatever things I did, I had challenges. I took that as an opportunity. So everyone have to identify that opportunity in challenges and move ahead in life. That's what has taught me. The challenges has taught me.
Yes. And sir, coming to Reddy Foundations now, what you are working in where? Then tell me something about that, sir.
Okay, so the present role, this is a little different to whatever roles I was taking up, was doing earlier.
Yes.
The previous roles I was doing was all field level operations. So I have to execute various programs at the field level. But this role is more of a higher level strategizing role. So strategizing at the head office. So I'm working as a technical specialist for persons with disability operations program. So when I started my journey in Dr. Reddy's Foundation, why they hired me is because they thought that there is a need to hire one person who's purely technical in nature, who can guide in strengthening all the centers in respect to PWD program. So that is why I was hired. So after I joined, I sensitized the team, entire team of 29 centers. Then I did a lot of accessibility related work, which was essential for training centers. Then all the head office documents are all and all were created accessible. So all these strategy level work I did, and then we thought of program level, how to improve the program, because at that time they were working only with two disabilities, physical and speech and hearing. So I thought the program should be extended to other disabilities. And the Rights of Persons with Disability Act 2016 was also passed at that time. So that was an opportunity. So we thought of extending it to other disabilities. So we started doing feasibility studies on various other disabilities. If we start a program, what kind of programs we need to start, what kind of training we need to start, and what kind of placement opportunities are there. So the first thing we did was a feasibility study on visually impaired. We did in 5 major cities in India, and then found out that there is opportunity for visually impaired in mainly in the IT and ITES sector. So we started the training for visually impaired in 2019. Now we are running 3 centers for visually impaired. So we would have trained about 150 people so far, and we have
Very great.
we have placed around 50 people in that. One third of them have got job. So it's still not great, but still we are only trying to strengthen this further by adding, because one of the major challenge that we find is companies are very happy not to hire any disability, or if they want to hire, they will hire mostly the physical disabled people with locomotor disability. So for speech and hearing also, we struggled a lot in the beginning, but now that is going on fine. But now for visually impaired also, we are having some challenges, which we are trying to figure out what is the best model that we can work out, and also come sensitize more and more companies. Yesterday also, not yesterday, 3rd of February also, we had a very good sensitization program at the national level, virtual program. And it was a very good panel discussion, which was moderated by Dr. Sam Taraparwala from Xavier's Institute. And there was a very good panelist who came to the panel discussion, and there was more than 50 employers who came for the workshop. So with these employers, we hope that we can do something, in future. So, and then also we have very big plans of extending it to all 21 disabilities. At least to 15 of the 21 disabilities we want to work. And we also want to sensitize more than 1,000 to 1,500 employees in the next 4 or 5 years. So I was part of the strategy paper which we designed in 2020 for the next 5 years. So I'm working mainly at the strategy level, but since my passion is at the field, I also travel to a lot of centers, meet people, meet students, and understand their needs, meet employers. So that is also happening.
Yes. For particularly visually handicapped, what kinds of trainings you are giving now?
Visually impaired, see, our model is basically we are not training on any particular trade. Like for instance, we are not giving training in you can say a very branded trades. So we are training everyone in core employment skills. So core employment skills means the soft skills, the basic computer or digital literacy. Then we have interview skills. We have for visually impaired, all these are applicable for all disabilities, but for visually impaired, we have also included orientation mobility into that.
Orientation mobility.
Yes. Because what we think is everyone knows mobility. There's no question about that. Everyone has trained in orientation mobility, but how we have to be confident in using that in workplace, that has to be practiced. Because in workplace, nobody is going to help you all the time. And it is because of this only employers are hesitant to hire, right? The first question employer asks is, how will that person travel to the office every day?
Yes, how he can come and how he can survive in work area.
If he wants to go to washroom, who will take him? So these are very basic questions, but we know that we can do it. But how will we confidently show it to the employer that we can do it? Right?
Answering is important that we cannot do.
This is something that we need to know how we can self-advocate. So for this, orientation mobility is very important. So we have included that in our model. And even in our interview skills model, we have included most of the things, practical oriented things, how he can self-advocate. If he's a visually impaired going to an employer, he will not have 1 hour and 2 hours listening to your stories. You will only have 5 minutes to 10 minutes.
Or 10 minutes. 10 minutes also more enough.
Yes, how you can convince that employer that you are a visually impaired, but you are capable to work. So that how you can convince. So those kind of trainings are included in our modules. It's a module for 3 months. It is more of practical oriented, but we are still learning. Every employer will give us feedback. So based on that, we are also learning with that.
Yes. Then before means the persons who have trained directly you will go take to them for interviews, or will you take them outside companies for mocks and all?
No. See, mock interviews happens. We have. That's what I said. Mock interview is part of our training model only. So we do something called sector readiness, interview skills, and sector readiness. Right. So in that, we have a LMS learning management system where we have a lot of videos introducing all the sectors. So they can log in and listen to all the videos which are there in the portal. And apart from that, our team also conduct a lot of mock interviews, right? Our territory heads or the managers, they conduct interviews. And after that, we also invite external employers to come and conduct mock interviews to our students so that they become more familiar with interviews. And then only we have a very interesting process. The moment they come to our center, we do a screening and pre-assessment. to check what is their level of skills. So based on that, we will tell them what are the areas that we expect them to improve in the next 3 months. And after that, after completing the course, we also do another assessment to see whether they have improved in their skills, whatever we have suggested or not. If they have improved, we will go for better placements. If they have not improved, we will tell them that this will not do well. You can take time and you can practice these things and come back to us. Because until we feel that they are work ready, we will not produce in front of the employer, because we don't want to face a situation where we have employer and they are ready to take, and people with disability, they don't prove, and we lose that employer also.
Yes. Like, and will you conduct these workshops as well?
Yes.
Along with these trainings?
Yeah, obviously. So that's what I told. No, we conduct a lot of sensitization workshops, mainly to employers. So I've been part of that workshop. I started this workshop, conducting workshops from
only in Bangalore or different states?
No, different places. That's what I'm telling you. So I started this journey in 2017, where we did about 7 workshops in that year. It was all in different locations. I did a workshop in Calcutta, then Kanpur, then Chennai, then Bangalore, Jaipur. So various places I did. And then looking at the success, then there is one central government department called the Skill Council for People with a Disability. It is from the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. So they partnered with us, and we are doing the workshops in partnership with them for the last 3 years from 2018. So I've done till now, I have done about 35 workshops around the country. And I would have reached out to around 800 more employers.
Yes. And finally, what the message you have to give to, you are going to give for our VI people, sir, VI friends?
From your side? Yes. This would largely be a student fraternity, I believe, but still, even if they are students or even general people with a disability who have completed their education and waiting for a job, or even if they are in job, all that I want to say is we have to be self-advocates for ourselves. We have to create awareness about vision impairment to others, because we are only 1%, or we are only 1% or 2%, or even at the best we are about 5 to 10% of the total population. So this other 90% does not know the life of people with a disability or people with vision impairment. So we should be the self-advocates of ourselves. We have to speak about ourselves. We have to create awareness with various people. Wherever we go to a hotel, we go to a bank, we go to cinema theaters, we go to everywhere we go, things will not be friendly for us. We have to, because it is not that they don't want to do, they don't know how to do. So that how part we only have to sensitize, and we only have to create that awareness. If we feel, oh, this nothing is there, so what is the point in me going, then we are at a loss. So we can't do that. Even today we are all operating mobile phones and ordering.
That's very glad for us.
Ordering, that's very important for us. Ordering food and booking our cabs and all that. So nothing is accessible. But if we stop, oh no, I don't want that. It is not accessible. I'll not use that. We are not, they will not complain. We are the ones who will be complaining. We will lose we will lose the benefit. So we have to start doing things, from our end, and slowly things will start happening. Right? It applies for everything. For education, for employment, everything cannot happen tomorrow. It will take time, but it will happen.
Yes. From our MG Networks, we hope the Reddy Foundations will do for us more, and it should have to improve more. Thank you for giving valuable time for us, sir. Glad to meet you.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Very fortunate to meet you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
ఇదండి ఈనాటి ఇంటర్వ్యూ. సో మీ అందరికీ నచ్చింది అనుకుంటున్నాను. ఇదే మన ఎంజీ నెట్వర్క్స్ లో ఫస్ట్ ఇంగ్లీష్ కాన్వర్సేషన్ లో ఉన్న వీడియో. సో అర్థం కాని వాళ్ళు ఎవరైనా ఉంటే మళ్ళీ వినడానికి ట్రై చేయండి. ఎందుకంటే ఎవ్రీ వర్డ్ ఈస్ వాల్యుబుల్ ఫ్రమ్ హిమ్. అండ్ రెడీ ఫౌండేషన్స్ ఆయన చెప్పినంతా గమనించి, అండ్ హిస్ జర్నీ విల్ టీచ్ అస్ సంథింగ్. ఆయన జర్నీలో మనం కూడా ఏదో ఒకటి నేర్చుకోవచ్చు. కాబట్టి నచ్చిన పాయింట్ ఆయనలో కానీ ఆయన చెప్పిన మ్యాటర్స్ లో కానీ ఏదైనా నచ్చింది ఉంటే కామెంట్ చేయడం మర్చిపోకండి, లైక్ చేయడం మర్చిపోకండి. అండ్ ఇఫ్ యూ లైక్ దిస్ వీడియో డోంట్ ఫర్గెట్ టు షేర్ విత్ యువర్ ఫ్రెండ్స్. అండ్ వచ్చే వారం మరొక ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ పర్సన్ తో మీ ముందుంటుంది మన ఎంజీ నెట్వర్క్స్. దిస్ ఈస్ శ్రీమణి సైనింగ్ ఆఫ్. బాయ్.
ఇంతవరకు మీరు మా ఎంజీ నెట్వర్క్స్ని సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకోకపోతే కింద కనిపిస్తున్న రెడ్ కలర్ సబ్స్క్రైబ్ బటన్ని ప్రెస్ చేసి పక్కన వచ్చే బెల్ ఐకాన్ని క్లిక్ చేసి ఆల్ మీద ట్యాప్ చేయండి. ఇలా చేయడం ద్వారా మేము అప్లోడ్ చేసే ప్రతి వీడియో నోటిఫికేషన్ మీ మొబైల్కి వస్తుంది.